This is the Coldest of Takes podcast, and we're back live on the air. These cold takes. That is what the podcast is called. It is the podcast. Twitter at
all platforms, Coldest of Takes, on all platforms, everywhere that you listen to the podcast, Mike.
That's right. Hey, man, I miss you too.
You know what? And a little backstory. The reason why we were out for a little bit was grinding.
And we felt
careers up in the air right now. We had to make sure we had our ducks in order, if you will.
Yeah, I feel like everybody around the world almost, but like everybody for the most part, can probably empathize with us a little bit. You gotta get out there hustling, getting your chickens, as Marshawn might say. And I don't know, it's just been grind mode for a while, and a lot of heavy shit went down, and we gave a fun, summer ready podcast, and that did very well. And we kind of just put our heads down. We were just focusing on what we had to do. Gotta feed the chickens, and gotta come back and give God.
Mike, I got a fun story about.
I feel like a lot of people have been like pooped on before. Like maybe not that exact situation.
You're running, you're biking, you're doing whatever, and you get pooped on.
Bro, yeah, bro. I was just walking one time, and the next thing, I swear to God, it's like, I'm not trying to sound cliche or nothing, but like literally just walking, and then next thing you know, just some poop on your shoulder, and you're like, oh, yeah, man. I feel for you, bro. That stinks. That stinks, man. Yeah, it's weird though. I mean, and you don't. Hopefully, you didn't get some bird that absolutely just vomited on you.
No, the bird was fine. It wasn't a lot, but you feel that right away, and you're like, "Wait, what is this?"
Yeah, it's just distinct.
And I thought somebody threw like a milkshake at me or something.
Yeah, it's thick.
And I looked at it and I was like, "Oh my God, this bird pooped on my shirt," and I had to go back into work, Mike, with that shirt. So not great.
Yeah, yikes, bro.
Yeah, it was a tough one. So we had to grab me another shirt. But anyway, my whole point being, because we're a positivity podcast here,
right?
Is that that when a bird poops on you, it's lucky.
Right, they do say that, right? You gotta hit the lottery or something. So did you play Powerball or something that day?
No. So what I did was I bought a couple of scratchies after.
Okay, there you go.
Okay, couple of scratchies, $20 worth of scratchies.
A couple.
$50 on top.
How many?
$50 on top.
Oh wow.
$70 off $20 worth of scratchies. So I came up $50 on top.
Yeah, there you go, kid. That never happened to me, but good for you.
Maybe blessing in disguise, Mike. You never know.
Yeah, you just.
That's how the world works.
Well, yeah, dude. It's always something. It's always something like that, though. It's like, oh yeah, a bird just shat all over me. Oh man, time to go grab a couple scratch tickets. Guaranteed money. It's like, it's weird how stuff works like that. But yeah, dude, that's just a glimpse of some of the stuff you're gonna find. Coldest of Takes. Remind you that it's available everywhere: Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and wherever else you may find your podcast. Also, we do dabble in the YouTube realm just to get the voices out there as well. And you could find us by searching Coldest of Takes, and then shout out to listeners all around the world. I would imagine some of the listeners have been waiting for a nice Coldest of Takes podcast to get the people back going. And I'm pretty hyped right now. I'm ready to get back into it. John, what do you think is the most appropriate thing for us to lead off with? It's been a month, and the lots transpired. Where do we delve first? We just hit him over the head with the bird shit story. Now where are we off to next?
Well, you know what? I think it's a great metaphor for you get shit on, you pick yourself right back up, and you do the best that you can. And I think everybody should do the best they can right now, everything that's going on. I don't want to drag into that. But I just want people to know that you gotta go ahead and just be the best person that you can be, even when life literally throws you shit. You gotta just persevere and be awesome and be better. And there is nothing more awesome, Mike, than I've seen lately. Okay, than this whole Twitch stream. I don't care if people don't like Barstool or whatever, but this whole Twitch stream of Coach Doug's and
Bro, it's
playing NCAA, playing a game that is literally, 7, 8 years old.
Yeah, 7 years old, almost 8.
And he's playing with Toledo against Notre Dame. I mean,
bro,
you can hate Barstool for whatever you want to. That's fine. That's fine. I like Barstool a lot.
Yeah.
I think that they have a lot of good stuff. But the fun factor of it, that they're literally talking about and official college accounts are tweeting about
yeah, it's incredible, dude. But
championship. It's so ridiculous, Mike.
Yeah, dude, but I don't think
it shows how great gaming has got.
Well, yeah, but also I don't think they could do that without Big Cat. You know what I mean? If Barstool didn't have Part of My Take success, they didn't have guys like Big Cat, PFT. I don't think they'd have the weight to hold. Like, yeah, like some of their other some of their other shows are cool. Like, don't get me wrong, like a lot of their other shows are cool. They have good personalities, but I think like Dave and then Big Cat and PFT, like they're literally like the three kings of Barstool, and I like for Big Cat to get 120,000 people in a game that's been out for 7 years. It's a sports game. It's not like he's playing against the computer. Like, it's literally just a testament of him versus like him beating the computer's skill and like the minds of like all these like Twitch trolls in the chat. You know what I'm saying? And
so, like, I want you to dive deeper into that, because I don't think the people maybe who listen to the show or who are into it know how big of a deal it is to get that many people to watch your Twitch stream.
Yeah, I think it's incredible, really. Like, there's another, they had him on the show, Nick Merckx, and he would average, like on a random night or something, like he would average like 30K viewers, something like that. And then so for a Big Cat to come up on a Tuesday or a Thursday night, and he's doing like a double header or something, and he can get like 80K to like, and if it's a big game, he'll peak at like 120. I think the last national championship he was in, he had like 154. Yeah, like it's insane, and it's just like a random day, and the people need that right now, and I think that's good. I think that's quality entertainment, and it's just like, because all the other entertainment it's just like, it's all weird, it's all questionable, and then it just stinks when like it just seems like everyone's a piece of shit. So it's just like nice to see like Barstool and like Big Cat and stuff like do the shit that they like to do, and be like, hey, screw you, buddy. Like, this is us. This is the way we do things. Like, I don't give a shit about what you think, because I'm me. It's like, bitch, I'm me. And yeah, shout out. You gotta cover the bases. But yeah, dude, I think it's incredible. It's incredible to watch. Like, it's no joke, dude. Like, that game is difficult. And then for that game, before the pandemic, before everything transpired with Doug's and Big Cat, that game you could buy used probably for like $30. Maybe it was around, I remember it was around like $60 if you wanted it like brand new, if you wanted it like brand spanky. It was like $60, like a price of a regular new game. So a game 7 years old was like the price of a game that would come out now. And then everything popped off, and then Doug's and Big Cat, they popped off. and that game was going for like a pair of Jordans online, like $220, like online for like, it's nuts, bro.
Really?
Yeah. So like they drove up that market, and there's a case to be made for that game to come back, but for some reason I don't think that game necessarily will. I think there's tons of hype behind that game being from 2014, and I think that's kind of where maybe EA and the collegiate want to keep it, because they don't want to like keep making like the players. But now, since maybe the rules changed in college football, like before the pandemic and everything, maybe it will come back. I don't know. But I also know that they have to get like the licensures and the approvals by all these schools to put them in the game in the first place. But these older models of the game, dude, like the one he's playing and stuff, the commentators, the jerseys and stuff, it's you could say what you want, dude. It's a video game, but like video games are legit the present and the future. Like they were the future a little while ago, but like they're what's popping right now. And it's not necessarily just video games. It's multimedia. It's like making content and stuff. Like, bro, like think about this, bro. Think about this. Okay. I don't have a TikTok. You don't have a TikTok, I hope. I don't know. But like check this. So like my girlfriend, right? She'll show me a TikTok video, and every single time, not fail, I'm always like, what the fuck is this? Like I'm always like, so it's always like some scripted weird type of thing. Like I guess maybe I sound, maybe out of touch or a type, but I'm not trying to sound that type of way. Obviously I'm not on TikTok. I'm not making these TikToks, but I gotta imagine the TikToks I would come up with would be better than some of the shit that I've seen, because like a lot of it is just like pathetic, really. But it's just like the way with technology, man. It's a technology generation, and I think that's something that's undeniable right now.
It's something that Mike, that we're not going to be able to replicate in this weird time, right? And it's such literally, this is 100 years ago. There was something kind of like this, and there was no internet. So now we have the internet in this weird time. So things are going to come up, and TikToks have become the new thing, where people are, the Gen, what is it? The Gen Z, whatever the one that's below.
I don't know. Yeah, it's always changing. I think we're like millennials and some Gen.
Yeah, we're millennials and they're Gen Z or whatever. But dude, he roast us.
Well, I mean, we roast them too. It's like it's a cycle of roasting. It's just called something. Everyone calls it something different. But like, right. I don't know. The shit's so played out to me. Like I'm watching the Twitch. Like I'm on video games. Like I'm playing a game. I'm trying to play a game competitively that the developers of the game are trying so hard to make not competitive. And the competitive players that I'm going against are like half my age. I bet some of them, and they're disgusting. Like the type of attitudes that are out there. And yes, like even if you are the best player in the world, I still don't think you can have like some type of like ridiculous. Like you can't just be an outright idiot, dude. Like my buddy Grapham, right? Yep. He's the number 45. He might be a little bit higher right now. At no humanity on Twitch. Yes. That's humanity with a 1. He might be he tweeted cryptic tweets out of my man Grapham today, if he's listening to the pod. He cryptic tweets by him. He said cryptic, not so cryptic. He said that he might stop streaming on Twitch, and you gotta go watch his Twitch stream so he doesn't stop streaming on Twitch, because my man is the number 45 ranked Pathfinder on Xbox right now in Apex Legends, and that's his game. That's the game he likes, and he is disgusting at it. And people will slide into his DMs in the game and talk down on him so much, and he'll do something so benign, something that like if it happened to you in the game, like you wouldn't think anything of it, like it'd be, oh, it's just like, oh, I died, it's no big deal. Like literally people message him all the time, talking shit, like saying like he's this and he's that. And they literally hate on him so much just because like he outplays his opponents. It's like it's incredible. It's incredible to see because like he plays the game like aggressively. Like if you play a game, it's a game, you play it a certain type of way. But the problem with any type of battle royale type of game right now is that people learn how to play it different ways. Like that's the whole point. And Apex is different than Fortnite in the fact that it's more competitive.
Yes.
Okay, so if this game is more competitive, even in our like public matches, then it should be a certain type of way. But like
Yes.
you shouldn't be, coming at somebody just because like they outperform you. It's egregious to me. But the point with this, and I'm trying to make in these battle royale type games, is like they the the developers, they developed the game originally how they thought they wanted the game to be, and they put it out that way. They added things that they wanted. They literally are doing what they wanted. And then after a certain while, the community builds up and everybody has these inflated egos, if you will. And they just start expecting things. Yeah. Yeah, they just start expecting things to be a certain type of way. And it happens across the board with whatever you're playing, whatever you're doing. Like if you're like any type of thing, like people are complaining, people want something different. And it's just so weird because like you're playing a game, first of all, you're not the best player in the world. And these kids, right, that are complaining, they play in a play style that is so passive and so ridiculous. Like so Grapham, he showed me a picture, not a picture, a video of like an end game that he was in, and it was just where like he had 20 kills already, and there was one squad left, and he's playing a game where like you're supposed to have like another person with you. He's playing like duos, but like his duo died early, and he like basically played 1v2 like the whole game, and he was the last squad, and these last two dudes, they got the kill on him, and they like didn't have any kills. And so Tyler shows me this clip, and I see him die. I'm like, geez, man, like that's weak. Like they only had one kill. Like that's kind of buns. They were just camping here. He was like, yeah, but bro, like, but think about it. This was like their ideal situation, like so there's people that play the game where all they want to do is they're just gonna loot up, avoid fighting at all costs, and just try to get this end circle down to as small as possible so they can win the game in like a scummy type of fashion. The way he lost the game was the group, the two in the duo that he was going against was a person that puts up traps, and then a person that puts like poison gas traps. So it's like laser traps and then poison gas traps. Okay. And then so imagine being like a wicked small circle and you can't move anywhere, and you have to go into this shit. It's just annoying. It's like kind of a scummy way to play. And that's the same thing in Fortnite. Literally every time that I play a public match, it feels like it's kids trying to compete for the World Cup. And that's partially because it's skill-based matchmaking, and the more you play, the more you get better. And if you're trying to get better, you'll see the results because you'll be in lobbies where it's difficult. Where it's not difficult to get kills maybe early on, but as you move on, what I've seemed to notice, especially in this new season, is the times that I don't killed by a fucked up reason from the game, it's I go against a player where they push me or they like spot me first, and I end up cracking their shield, and they end up running away. And this will happen like multiple times. And I just think kids they front so hard because they don't push fights and they run away from fights. And when I push them, they run away. It's like it's weird. And then it's just a weird vibe. And it's just like when people play aggressive, like you can tell, and when people play scared, you can tell, and when people play scummy, you can tell. And that's like the best way. That's like the best way I can like explain it. And I don't mean to sound like a jerk either. I don't mean to sound like I know everything, because like I don't think my skill level is like top tier on any of these games, dude. I don't play all these games, but from what I've observed, from what I've watched, and what I know, like I'm telling you as honestly as I can be. Like I don't care if you're bad at the game, but just like don't play it in a scummy way. Like, you know, like if you are sitting behind your computer complaining about something, like you could be trying to like outwit it and get better. Like, yes, things are fucked up and you might like complain, but like don't just like not try to get better. No, not try to outwit somebody. Like the point of these games are for you to outsmart somebody at the core. And then, now I'm done. I'm done.
Right.
What do you think?
So what I'm saying is, Mike, with all that being said, what you just said, which was phenomenal, because it actually gives people a little insight into gaming. We were going to talk about gaming today, but we did. I do want to know, with the PS5.
All right. All right. You want to get into that?
I do want to dive into that a little bit.
Okay.
Because as people know, just and if they don't know, I'm not a gamer. I don't know much about it except for what I see on Twitch and what I see on the internet and all that stuff about it. I don't game myself, but like, I might want to dip my toes in.
Yeah, dude. I really think you should.
Is my question to you.
Yeah, dude. I definitely think it's worth it for different types of gamers. Like it may not be worth it for me, but it may be worth it for you. It's all about like the types of exclusives you want, price market you want to be in, and like the type of performance that you're going to get out. A lot of the stuff that I've learned over this pandemic, man, I've really like a lot of people we were talking about so this YouTube disgusting at Fortnite is post videos on how you get better at the game. He like knows what people do to you, like how you can do maps you can do and get better, all these things. So I've keyed into and I've started to understand what these things mean. The PCs, consoles, the things, right? So PS5, like you said, John. Now PS5 is going to be $450. Okay, it's gonna be $450. The Xbox, it's not bad, dude. It's not gonna be as big as it's like actually big as the Xbox, but it's not gonna have the same capacity as the Xbox. The Xbox is gonna have a little bit more performance than the P5, but realistically, for a slimmer model, for 450, and for the most part, your frames are relatively going to be the same, but the graphics and output, I think the Xbox has the slight edge right now for like overall, but for 450 and what you're getting out of the system, it's very much the more reasonable option. Like obviously the price is going to go up because it's a next gen console. It's like it's going to be legit. Like the games are supposed to look and feel like movies basically. And if you didn't think your game felt like a movie before, like it's going to feel like that now. And so the exclusives coming to PS2, PS5 are going to be pretty heavy, and you like Spider-Man.
No. I want to on the this podcast, and I want to make sure that this is known. I think Spider-Man stinks.
What? I thought you loved Miles Morales, man.
Listen, I love Miles Morales and Spider-Man Into the Multiverse. That movie is fantastic. Okay?
Okay.
That's the only good Spider-Man movie that's ever been made.
Okay, and that's why this Spider-Man video game is gonna be.
Okay? Fuck the 3 Tobey Maguire movies, okay? I'm out on those. Alright? And we got Tom Holland. He stunk. In all of those movies, he stunk. And because Spider-Man cannot function if there's
DC guy.
for him to throw his web at.
This is okay. In case you didn't know, John Badwick, DC guy.
I'm not a DC guy, Mike. I'm not. I'm just saying. I'm logical. All right.
All right, bro. The one thing I'll give you about Tom Holland is he's not an American kid playing Spider-Man, and that's weird.
I don't even care about that. I don't even care about that.
I didn't really care about that, but that was like the only argument I had because this is blasphemous, man.
Who played 2 Spider-Man movies where Jamie Foxx played the
and his name was Andrew Garfield. He was he was
awful.
Yeah, he was regarded as like the worst one.
Why are we still making Spider-Man movies?
Because Spider-Man is so cool, bro. Like the comics are so cool, man.
No, he's not. He's not cool. He can only function in a place where he can throw his webs at. You get him. Listen, if any kind of superhero decided, or any kind of supervillain, I should say, wanted to decide to take over, like, Kansas or St. Louis, what is Spider-Man gonna do? Just wrap his ass around the what is that? The mark in St. Louis, that big ass, fucking thing, like sick, dude. Like, awesome, Spider-Man. You're so good at being a superhero.
Man,
you're
dude.
The same level as Black Widow and Hawkeye.
Bro, I can't be doing this repeat DC guys show, man. You're full of shit, man. I'm appalled, bro.
Listen, I'm here for the Batman slander, okay?
Well, yeah, I mean that definitely took a dip, in the quality.
Have you seen, by the way, side note, Mike, have you seen the Batman slander Twitter account and Instagram account?
No, I haven't really been on Instagram, but I have seen that there is some things in the work for the Batman movie. And yeah, dude. Yeah, I'm sure there's some slanderous thing. Yeah, I'm hearing.
The slander is that Batman has been beating up a mentally ill person for 30 years with karate.
Well, somewhat that's true, bro. Like, we're, the best Batmans were the Christopher Nolan Batmans, and that's 1,000% fact. Fun fact, though, like not to keep talking about Fortnite. They're gonna play a couple of Christopher Nolan movies in Fortnite. They have like a new mode called Party Royale, and there's a concert tomorrow night with Diplo and Young Thug and Noah Cyrus. So it's 3 people. It's Diplo, Young Thug, Noah Cyrus, not Miley Cyrus, but Miley Cyrus's younger sister. Yes. And then the following night they got this thing with Christopher Nolan where they're showing different Christopher Nolan movies in different time zones. So at like 8:00 on Friday, you could watch. So at 5 p.m. and your time, like you could essentially watch they're showing Inception in Fortnite. I think that it's cool. It's weird, but like, I don't know. It's just weird. I don't know where I was going with that. What were we talking about before this though? Spider-Man. Oh man, I'm glad I forgot, dude. I hate that. I hate that. I see where you're coming from, but man, Spider-Man is pretty cool.
He doesn't have anything
He doesn't need it, man. I don't need to tell you this. Just listen to the old podcast. If you watch Spider-Man, they'll explain it to you, man. He doesn't need the webs, but he's got them. No. Well, you can't. It's hard, man. It's hard debating against you. You're like a crack addict. You're just gonna keep fighting me, bro.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I'm just joking around. Don't get mad at me.
Listen, man. I'm just not a big Spider-Man guy. I know it was emotional in the event.
No, you're not like wrong though.
Iron Man was better. Iron Man was cool.
Well, yeah, Iron Man is I mean, another argument for you, John, is that Iron Man, like,
Spider-Man cool.
Yeah, Iron Man made Spider-Man. Basically, the Spider-Man Far From Home is basically Spider-Man Far From Home, starring Iron Man. Or that's Homecoming, but Far From Home has literally references to the dead Tony Stark. They're like all over the place, and Tony Stark, he made Spider-Man suits in this like Marvel iteration of the stuff, and
Spider-Man wouldn't have been good without help.
Yeah. Okay. But in Spider-Man Homecoming, the whole premise is him doing on this song. Listen to the other podcast. It was only like 3 podcasts ago, and you're such a DC guy, even though you don't like DC that much because you like the Watchmen and you like some other stuff. But bro, now that we're on the entertainment side of things, we were talking about.
I have a question for you. Speaking of entertainment,
say whatever.
Did you see that Rotten Tomatoes put out the best 64 HBO shows? You didn't see this?
Nah, man. I haven't been going on this stuff that much. So where did obviously Band of Brothers didn't win, but that's my show for sure. Band of Brothers.
Correct. Easily one of the top 5.
I had to shout that out. I didn't know if you wanted that, but
I love Band of Brothers.
Band of Brothers, that's my show.
Might be one of the best shows I've ever seen.
Yeah, I got the box set. That's my shit, bro.
It's so good. So they had in their final 4, Mike.
Yeah, give it to me.
The Wire, which is correct.
Okay. Yeah, I forgot that was on HBO.
Yep. That's the correct answer for that one.
Yep.
Game of Thrones.
Okay, obviously.
Besides the last season, yes.
I feel like 2 obvious answers. Okay.
Right.
Don't hate it.
Then, Mike. Oh boy, then. They had Chernobyl.
Really?
As a top, Mike.
Who voted on this? Was the BCS voting on this?
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly who voted on this. Was the BCS, because you're gonna lose your mind when you hear the last one. Westwood.
What you mean, Westworld?
Westworld, whatever.
Still, same thing, bro. It's a good show.
Westwood was better. Yeah, I'm sorry. Westworld.
Well, I think Westwood is a show, right?
Yeah, Westwood is better.
Yeah. And Westworld, man, I mean, it had a cool first season. I don't know why people like these shows more than some other shows, but I mean, they had the first 2, I'd say, right. But I don't know about the other 2. I feel like there's a lot of other HBO shows. So
here's my problem. Chernobyl was a great miniseries. It was a phenomenal. I loved it. I told you about this guy. I told you guys about it on the podcast.
Right.
It's great.
Right. You're like, hey man, I love history, and if you want to know all about like nuclear shit and like how people died, like, yeah, man, check it out.
Mike, we're talking about brackets, right?
Yeah.
We're talking about going to one to toe, if you will, with somebody else. They're telling me that in the Elite 8, that The Sopranos loses to Chernobyl.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, and aren't there some other notable HBO shows? Like, what else is on the HBO list? Like, isn't Eastbound and Down on HBO?
Earthbound and Down was on there.
It's like, are they scared to put a comedy show?
Westworld's bracket, like they had in the Elite Eight, Westworld beat Curb Your Enthusiasm.
What?
Yes. So immediately I was like, this list is bullshit.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like a BCS list, bro.
Yeah, this is horseshit because everybody knows that Westworld and people there, what they were coming with was oh, it was just too complicated for you. You're just as they say, Mike, now you're a simp and you don't understand it. No, I understood it. It was too convoluted and stupid.
Right.
Curb Your Enthusiasm was brilliant, and that's not even in my top 5 HBO shows, Mike.
Yeah, dude.
In that bracket, I would have picked that for sure.
Yeah, like how are these people scared of picking a comedy?
No, it's The Wire versus The Sopranos in the finals, and again, I'm okay with either pick.
Yeah, I feel like those are like benchmark shows, like for the platform. I feel like if they didn't have those shows, like they wouldn't even have this March Madness bracket, bro.
Exactly. Like you're 100% correct. And if HBO had landed Game of Thrones correctly, that would be the best show.
Yeah, it's like they panicked towards the end, and they were just like, "All right, ground the ship. We're done here."
You know what? Another one I want to throw out there, Mike, and I think you might like this too. True Detective season 1, Woody Harrelson and Matthew McConaughey.
Oh, bro, underrated, man.
Tremendous.
Yeah, for like a limited type series.
Yeah. Like if you're gonna put Chernobyl in your final 4 because of one season, because it was only 8 episodes, then you have to put True Detective above them.
Yeah, True Detective was cool. Yeah, dude, McConaughey is so good, dude.
Crushed it.
He crushes everything. And there's only like a few things where McConaughey like isn't being like 100% McConaughey the whole time. Right, and this might have been one of those shows where like he's like doing like a little bit more acting and a little less McConaughey. You know what I'm saying? Like, have you ever seen a Matthew McConaughey movie?
Mike, I want a little less McConaughey, a little more acting on this title for this podcast.
Well, dude, have you ever seen like a Matthew McConaughey movie and it's literally like it's like, oh, okay, like he's just like he's dominant, bro, but it's bad. It's so good, dude.
Like you look like what is 10 Things I Hate About You or Sahara or all those movies. Like he's very much like the stereotypical bro.
Well, Sahara is so funny, dude. I recently watched that again, and it's the most McConaughey movie of all time. I feel like people slept on that movie back then, and they're sleeping on that movie. It's so good, bro. It's such a funny story. He's got like some pretty dominant actors in the movie. It's literally hilarious the whole time, and here's one. It kind of pertains to how things are, right? So like Sahara, it's basically, spoiler alert, movie came out in like 2006 or 2008. Spoiler alert, movie's about a Civil War ironclad that supposedly escapes from like somewhere in like the Gulf of Mexico, and like it's rumored to be like somewhere in like the Sahara Desert, in like North Africa, like wherever, and yeah, so this ship, they had like a secret cargo of all this gold and shit. And so the movie starts out and it's McConaughey and this other dude, and they're basically treasure hunters. Like they're the two main guys, and then their captain, the admiral, like they're all Navy dudes, but they're like semi-retired, and basically what their job is to just like find like cool shit on the bottom of the ocean, and so like that's what they do. right? So a movie opens up. Movies open it up. Sorry for being long-winded, but this is absolutely hilarious. They're finding something, right? And then this woman, just so happens to be, Penelope Cruz. She's she's this like WHO, she's this WHO doctor, and she's there investigating some toxins because there's like a huge outbreak, and people are dying. And then these people are like, "Hey, we don't want you finding out about what the fuck's going on, because it doesn't take an idiot to figure out this dumbass scam we got going on." So they start beating her up, and then out of the corner of McConaughey's eye, he's like, "Oh man, I think somebody's in trouble." And he's like on the boat. He's like on this boat or something. But he just shows up on land with like a knife, and he just starts punching and kicking. And obviously he wins. The girl passes out. Girl passes out, wakes up on the boat, right? On the big boat, where they're hunting for shit for the Navy or whoever the fuck. And she wakes up, she goes out there, and then what do you think happens? No, it's McConaughey rises up from the depths of the sea on top of some shit that they find, and he just pops on the deck, takes his helmet off. He's like, "Oh hey, yeah, I saved you, but I had to do this. But hey, how you feeling?" And it's literally the best movie. I swear to God, that's the first 5 minutes, and then at the end of the movie,
And that's the first 5 minutes, Mike. There's so much more to the movie.
yeah, how funny is that, bro? It's absolutely hilarious. So the point of this is the villains in this shit. They have a field where with solar panels in the middle of the desert, right? And they're using these solar panels to help make this deadly toxin that they're poisoning the water source with in Africa, somewhere near the Sahara. And they're killing all these villages, and they're blaming it on national causes. And these militant groups, it's all fucked up, okay? And then McConaughey, they don't have to save the day, but they are. And so this
They didn't have to say it, but they are.
yeah. So it just so happened that he picked up the WHO, Penelope Cruz. But anyway, so this place with all the sun, reflective tiles, they're doing it to make this messed up thing, okay? That I just mentioned. My girlfriend, she leans over and says, she goes, "Hey, Mike, why don't we put this in the desert? Like, it would help people get energy. Like, if they got a whole desert, like, why don't we put?" I look at her, and I'm just like, I was like, "God bless you." It's just like, you're so naive. And I was like, "Babe, like, like, that can't happen. Like, it's such a simple solution, but that will never happen because it'd be too easy, you know." And we talked about that for a little bit, and it's just like, wow, man, it's like, if they just if we didn't like knock down rainforests to build malls and parking garages, and if we didn't do if like there's so many different ways. If we handled things better in the past, we would have created ways to handle things better in the future. And maybe we could have put more solar panels in the desert to help, give energy to third countries and stuff. And then, hey, we can get more food there and water and all these things. But yeah, it's not my place. Okay. But yeah, that was the main takeaways from Sahara, dude. What do you think of that?
Mike, I think that people need to understand how great our movie reviews are.
I mean, it doesn't get better than that. You missed me, huh?
When you watch them, and like a movie from 2006, 7, whatever, 8, and you watch it 10 years later, and you watch it again, and you're like, oh boy, here's where we could have just done some shit and made it better. But no, that's exactly how Sahara went, did, and was. It's like, you know what it is? It's for these kids who are trolling millennials, our generation, like on TikTok, and they're making fun of us. And I'm like, have you ever seen The Mummy? Do you even know who Brendan Fraser is?
Yeah, Mummy, great film.
And like, they don't understand. Like,
No, dude, it's
amazing.
See, the difference is most people, if you like something, most people will respect that you like something and be like, hey, that's pretty cool. But for some reason, there's a lot of people that are just like, why the hell do you like that? Why do you do that? And like they like care, it like affects them that you like something. And it's just, it blows my mind. Like you can like and do like whatever the hell you want to do. And it blows my mind. So that's what I don't get about like the things. Like I don't get that.
You know what? Like I think it's a little too judgmental on all of us. I mean, there's a bunch of 80s movies though that I haven't seen that I don't like.
Some of them don't hold up as much, bro. But yeah, you.
Not that great, dude.
No, a lot of it doesn't hold up now. But
like, I'll give you Back to the Future. I'll give you another Karate Kid. That doesn't hold up.
Dude, the only movies from the 80s, bro, like that you really need to watch are Rambo and Rocky 4. And that's
Rocky
it.
4, Rambo.
That's it, bro.
Absolutely fine with both of them.
That's it. Maybe Alien or something, but like, have you ever seen Rocky 4? You don't even nowadays, man. You don't even need to see Rocky 4. I'll give you this challenge, and anyone else, man. It might change your life. One morning when you get ready, or just like at any time, bro, just throw on Burning Heart. Just put on Burning Heart from the Rocky 4 soundtrack and just get ready for the day. Or like, it's like, imagine just like opening your eyes in the morning and Burning Heart from Rocky 4 is going on. It's just like, and you're just in the moment and you're ready to go. So Burning Heart, Rocky 4, ultimate pump up jam, get hype. Okay. Now, also, here's the thing where it's appreciating everything. And now there's types of people that are like, hey, that type of music stinks. Like, well, this thing stinks. Like, that stinks. Like, there's so many opinions.
Too many.
But there's not enough, facts. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can, like, everything is an opinion. Like, everybody's got one. Like, it's not a big deal to have an opinion. Like, well, we have an opinion.
Like, you know what they're like.
What?
Opinions are like what? Assholes, and they all stink.
Yeah, but like most opinions are from like about something that, like a negative opinion about something. 8 times out of the 10, it's like they never tried it, they never did it, they never listened to it. You know what I mean? Like so here's an example. So we're talking about music, right? So I'm a type of dude, I like every type of music, man. There's a time where I'm feeling like I was saying, Burning Heart. There's a time when I'm feeling like some 80s rock. There's a time where I'm feeling like some 90s hip hop. Or there's a time where I'm feeling some like some dance type of music, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that one thing is better than the other, because I know that most things are subjective, and what you like, it might be different than what I like.
Right.
But like for you to sit there and say, "Oh man, like you like that song, bro," and I'm like, "Oh man, I just think you probably never heard it. Only heard it for 5 seconds. Like you didn't grow up like me, you don't live like me. Like there's so many variables. So instead of opening your mouth, just be like, oh, okay, that's cool. And it's like it's just a difference, man. It's just it's weird, bro. It's just like social cues, social interactions. The more you go out in the world, not even going out, but like because pandemics and shit. But like the more shit that you be doing, and the more time that you're listening to people talk, the more information you gather about how how they're doing, what's going on, and like you can weed out what's true and what's not true. It's like what I've been saying, a month or two ago when we were doing the pod about like don't get scammed on YouTube. Like don't get scammed for these things. Like everyone's trying to sell you something, bro, but like don't spend your money unless you absolutely have to. Okay. Oh wait, hold on. Let me get some.
I got one for you, Mike.
All right, dude.
So I think it was one of those things where like when our friends grew up, you were either like a Beatles or you were a Stones fan, right? You were either like the poppy pop of the Beatles or you were the more rocker, Led Zeppelin, Rolling Stones fan, and you hated the other one, right? But they didn't have an internet platform where you could just yell at each other.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's so weak, man. Every time, it's like what the fuck. Yo, check this out. So my cousin, he graduated from high school, and my uncle, he's like 80 or something now. He wrote, it's his son's son, and so he wrote him like a little letter for graduating, and I have a copy of it. And he wrote these like little sayings that I guess he said that he said to himself like throughout the years to like remind him, like how like you said that you like you like these Sahara type movies where you're putting together puzzles and things like that. So you'd be up for this, okay? So when I was in, yeah, it's like you like little phrases and things like that. Like, things might sound cliches, but fuck it. Like cliche, people say the word cliche, and they don't know what the fuck the word cliche actually means. And then you look up.
Widely accepted by everybody.
Well, it actually doesn't mean that. No, it doesn't mean that. Cliche means like it's like something that it's like used to like it's like used to downplay almost. Like it's not what you think it means. Like people use the word the wrong way. Um like a cliche is a phrase or opinion that is overused, and they're trying to say that it betrays original thought. But I'm not trying to say like these things are cliches. I'm trying to say like these things that might sound like it's common, but it makes a lot of sense. You know what I'm saying? All right. So problems are opportunities in disguise. Don't answer the telephone until it rings. Handle your emotions, or they will handle you. That one might be a cliche. Watch the pennies, and the dollars will take care of themselves. I like that. I like that one. You gotta just simple.
I'm out on that one.
That one might be a cliche as well. Spend money when you have to. It's better to.
That's a good one.
Well, yeah, dude. You gotta be frugal, man. It's better to be 1 hour early than 1 minute late. I don't know about an hour.
I like that. I like that one.
Yeah, he's not saying like be an hour early, but he's like don't be fucking late.
Right. Be at least. That's the whole thing. I was taught that in business school. They taught me that in college, Mike. To be at least half an hour early for your interview.
Yeah, dude.
Right there in the lobby.
Yeah, exactly, dude. It's like what you're striving for.
Right.
Yeah, the weakest ones in this bunch are handle your emotions or they handle you, and watch the pennies and the dollars will take care of themselves. But because spend money when you have to just sums it up. And then the last two are put your hand out, and that just means you help out. Like don't be a dick.
Right.
Don't be a dick.
Right. Don't be a dickhead. Yeah.
And the last one here on the list is how do you eat an elephant? Piece by piece. Now we're not saying we eat elephants here. It's a metaphor.
Right.
And it just means like how do you tackle like a large obstacle? You gotta break it down.
Yeah.
You're not gonna be the best overnight. You're not gonna.
Nope.
It takes practice. It takes time to do things. So,
You're sure.
I just wanted to share that, John. I feel like that's a little positive stuff that we need.
I like that stuff too, Mike. And I'll give you a couple of other ones here.
Yeah.
It might sound negative, but trust me, there's a positive spin on it. All right.
Yeah, man, I got you.
You're not special because your mother told you you were.
Okay? Yeah.
Your mother is always gonna believe you're special.
Right.
As she should. As she absolutely should. She should believe you're the most special person in the world. But you get an opportunity in life to prove that to her. So do it. Why not?
Yeah, you have an opportunity every single day to leave the day better than you came into it.
Correct.
And
Yeah.
I feel that.
Don't believe that unless you go into the day knowing, like you said, Mike, you come out of the day better.
Yeah, dude. That's a good one.
No, you gotta do that. And number two, you're not the smartest person in the world, but you could be the hardest working person in the world.
That's right.
You don't have to be the smartest.
No.
You literally don't. But you could be hardworking and you'll do better than the smartest person. I promise you every single time.
Mm-hmm.
Every single time. Every single time. You want to work harder? Good. You deserve everything that comes to you after that.
Yeah, and
do that.
And it's not even like you're working so much harder. It's almost like you're working smarter. The more that I've talked to different people from different types of businesses, and meeting different people from different clientele or different situation. I've met a lot of different people, and I gotta say, man, a lot of the people who get it the most are so self-made, and they're not gonna just like be told how to do something their whole life, and eventually you find a lane and you find a way to make things work for yourself, but you have to keep pushing every day so you don't become farther away from that end goal. Like you can't just stay stagnant. You can't like I'm not trying to tell what anybody's supposed to be doing, but like bro, like man, half of it's mindset. It really is, dude. If you think and that's what, but that's why your mom might be telling you you're special, and that's why you got to realize that you're not special.
No.
But you are. It's like you are. Like it's like no, you're not. Hey, we're all the same, but no, I'm unique. I'm a cool cat. Like I'm smart. I can accomplish. So no, you're not special. You're a piece of shit. But yes, you are special and you're the greatest and you can do anything. So yes and no.
Right, and that's fine. But realize that.
Yeah, dude. I'm feeling very philosophical right now.
I got one for you. Philosophical moment I heard today, which I think might make the listeners laugh a little. Hopefully. and put, kind of a bow on this, and we'll get out of here. All right.
All right. Yeah. Sounds perfect.
I think one of the best things I've ever heard, and again, I don't know if this was one of my coworkers' original thoughts or from somebody else. I have no idea. But it goes to where people's heads are at right now. Okay? And I'm talking about in this pandemic.
Right.
Okay? Where people's heads are. That if you're coming into a store with a mask, with your nose down, right? But the nose is exposed, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Then if your nose is exposed with a mask down, that's the same thing as putting a condom on your balls.
Yeah, dude. It's like, why do you even have the mask on at that point? It's like it's like, do you just want me to see like how douchey you are?
Shit about anybody else.
No, you know why people do that, right? You know why people do that, right? It's
because they can't breathe.
No, that might be like, you see, you're saying customers, right? But here's one. You ever like go to, like Home Depot or something? Like I feel like Home Depot is like a prime example for me to see this. You go to Home Depot, and the dude there, it's like they're supposed to wear masks, but like he's got the mask around his neck, and it's like it's a bandana. It's like not really a mask. It's a fucking bandana. And I'm just like, bro, like, what the fuck, man? Like,
you're not doing anything.
Yeah, you're not doing anything. Like, I don't give a shit. Like, if you don't give a shit, but you would take the fucking mask off. Like, I'd rather you take the mask off. Like, you having the thing around you having the thing around your neck to where it's clear, like, hey, I have a mask on. I have a mask. Like, don't be scared. Like, I'll put it on. Like,
telling me, she kind of likes you, but she also wants to talk to other dudes to see her options. And you're like, I don't know if that's gonna work.
Yeah.
For us.
Yeah, dude. Like,
that's a bad analogy, but it's also like an absolutely spot on analogy.
Yeah, definitely. But like, I just think I just think like if you're a person who's out of business, right?
Cares about other people.
Yeah. If you're an employee, if you're on the front line, if you're seeing people,
wear the fucking mask.
have it on. If the customer doesn't have it on, that's one thing. But just because like you have it around your neck, bro, like it's not doing anything. It doesn't mean anything, man. Just take it off. Like I'd rather you just take it off, or be like, hey, or like be like, hey, or like, let's say like you're going to see somebody, and you're like, hey, you want me to throw the mask on? Like, I'm here. Like, you want me to throw the mask on? And then they're like, oh no, it's no big deal. Like, you're clean. You assess the situation. You know what I'm saying? In a work environment, it's you have to have the mask on. Like, and yeah, and whenever I go into these places, like I throw the mask on. Like, if I'm a customer, I'm throwing the mask on, and if I'm working, I'm throwing the mask on. What's up?
And you cover your nose because you're not a bad person.
Right. Like if yeah. Like I wouldn't wear the mask if I wasn't gonna cover up my nose.
And you know what the worst part is?
What?
Is that people are not, and it's mostly the people who are like at the most risk, like the 50-year-olds to 70-year-olds. Who just don't want to wear the mask over their face.
Yeah, they're the ones that like
dude,
don't give a shit the most.
I'm doing it. I'm almost 30, bro, and I still like I'm doing it. All right, like so that means like you could consider doing that for the 5 minutes you're in the store.
Yeah, if anybody should be doing it, it's those peeps. But like,
It's a whole thing I don't want to get into.
It's just disgusting, man. Just like it yeah, it goes back to just like
it's not over.
don't be disgusting. Yeah, dude. Like there's a reason this shit hasn't come back yet. There's a reason why we didn't talk much sports, but there's a reason why sports hasn't come back yet. There's a reason why these things are so questionable. You know, dude. Like, here's
going to grab a beer at a baseball game right now when there's a guy
here's one, bro.
Sneezing.
Yeah, dude, it's ridiculous. I can't.
At the beer compound.
Bro, I wouldn't care. I really wouldn't care that much. I really wouldn't. Like, I don't want to be on top of me sneezing. But like, bro, like I was gonna ask. I was like, hey, like, I bet you could tell me like a disgusting story of like just something that like you didn't think that was disgusting maybe like 6 months ago, but now it's wicked fucking disgusting. Now I can't think of the example, but like it's literally that. It's like your world is flipped like almost upside down. Like you're double checking everything. You got this hand sanitizer with you in the glove box, like you're wiping down. Yeah, dude, yeah, dude, you got to.
I take 2 to 3 showers a day now.
So yeah, well, I used to do that, but like I take like 3 to 4 now.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like you cannot escape this. It's not over.
Yeah, dude, I try to be clean, dude.
But that's the thing. Like I want to get back to normal.
Yeah.
I don't want to get back to normal.
Yeah, dude. Like. But here's the thing, like like obviously like I've been out in public and I've had to do things, but like it's weird where like people want to hang out and like and do stuff and I like just don't, dude. Like I've only seen maybe like 2 friends in this whole time, and it was only like recently. I haven't been like I've only been seeing my girlfriend consistently, and then I've only been doing the shit that I've been supposed to be doing. And so for a while now, I've just like I've just been putting shit off, and like maybe like I've been saying like in July and stuff, maybe I'll come back and do some things, but like I don't know, I really don't know, man. I really don't. Like, I feel like
people are trash.
Yeah, dude, I feel like people are gross, bro.
People are kind of trash and gross.
Yeah, dude, it's not that they're gross. It's just like, man, like I don't know, man. It's just a different vibe, and it's just like I don't know. You got to give a shit about something a little bit, and like I feel like if I don't want to do something, like I don't know, like it's not that big of a deal, like like I think maybe mid-July is like has been like my head date for like getting back to like maybe some possible chilling and stuff like that, but I don't know, man. It's just
I'm gonna say 6 feet the fuck away from you too. And that's
well, yeah, like that's what I would hope, and
that's okay.
Yeah, and that's okay, dude. But like, I don't know, people been doing that shit for a long time now, and people act like shit ain't a big deal. But if like you are face to face with the shit, like how like there's not if you've been face to face with like people going through it, and if you've like there's nothing you can say to me to make me change my mind, and that's how I feel, bro. Like during this time, right? We've been off the air for a while. I texted my cousin because she's like she's a cancer survivor like myself, and it was like National Cancer Survivors Day, and I didn't know it, but like my mom she texted me and she was like, "Oh, National Cancer Survivors Day, like I love you, you're the best," and so I was feeling good.
Well, you are.
And
we know this.
And I thought it was nice, and like I'm not for like these like made up holidays and like everything's got a day, whatever. But like yeah, the type of dude I am. Like I'm super low key with things now, and so I just I was like, oh okay, that's pretty cool. I appreciate that. Like I don't know, it's been a roller coaster of emotions these past few months and stuff. So I text my cousin and I tell her all these things, and I try to explain what was it like, what's it like to like be like who we are and stuff. And I felt like for such a long time, dude, that like it was just I was just figuring it out, like figuring out myself, figuring out things and everything. And the moment I stopped listening to everybody else is when I changed. Is and I tried to do it. I was always, doing things on my own, like golf. I cycle. But I've only done things that people told me I couldn't do.
Right.
And it started from the cancer. And it led me for forever. And then for a while, as I became an adult and as becoming college educated and getting a master's degree and even learning more about psychology, and I really learned about myself and learned about the situations that I was in, learned about what I was doing, learned about how I acted, about how the traumatic brain injury affected me, learned about learned about everything. And people still tried to tell me how I was supposed to think, how I was supposed to act, tell me what the fuck I was supposed to do with my fucking life. And for some fucking reason, people think that I'm gonna give a shit about what they think about what I should be fucking doing. And so I explained this. I explained this in like a nicer, more eloquent fashion to my cousin, and it's just like I don't know. It's just like a constant quest, and it's not like you have to go through something traumatic to like like because it's not. It's just about like trying to better yourself. Yeah, it's trying to better yourself every day, and not just like make an excuse or like like yes, we have days when we rest. Yes, we have days that we do certain things on and do certain things. Nobody said I was perfect. Nobody said you were perfect, John. But we all know at the end of the day who we are on the inside. And the more you listen to yourself and your light on the inside, you understand truly what's right and like what's wrong. Like
it's good.
yeah, dude. And that's the thing, dude. That is truly the thing, man. I think that's honestly been just so revelatory, like as a man. And I hope that can, I don't want to sound like, righteous or preachy or anything like that, because I'm not doing that at all. So like, so I don't want like listeners or people to get that twisted, because like that's not what I'm doing at all. But I'm just saying, man, like if you think about that for like a half a second, like shit'll help you, man. I think this podcast was very cathartic, and it was very good discussion, John. I think I think if we do another pod, we got to hit more sports. We got to do more entertainment. I got to steer you away from Marvel because you bash it every single week, and I hate it. I hate it. And yeah, but
This is cold takes, Mike.
yeah, cold takes for a reason, man. Cold takes for a reason. But cold takes for a reason, bro. But I think we've learned a lot tonight on attitude, on gaming, on everything. We're getting out of here with follow Coldest of Takes at SD_Katzer, at John J. Pat.
Yes.
Available everywhere.
Yes.
And yeah, look for us next time, I guess, right?
Look for Mike. See you soon.
All right, talk later, John. Great to talk to you tonight. I missed you, bud. I love you, man. Peace.
Love you. Bye. Bye.
All right, that was it. Coldest Takes, and we out.